we'd like to welcome you
to a little place that we think is really cool.
Let's talk about the music, let's have a laugh.
You already know what it is.
It's the Plug
Podcast. It's the Plug Podcast. It's the Plug Podcast. You already know who it is. So why are we still singing this? Let's get on with the Plug Podcast.
Hello, and if you didn't know who it was, it is I. What? Josh Taylor.
And I, Diego Barraza. And we are joined here today with very special guests. Please introduce yourselves.
I'm DB.
DB.
I'm the drummer.
I'm Rory. I'm the bass player.
Yeah, we couldn't afford the front person, so we got the rhythm section.
It is a pricey dude.
You guys are from the band.
Yes.
What? Yeah, this is actually a good question.
You guys are from the band.
Yeah,
Just
a
to make
band.
doubly sure, yes, we are from the band.
And yeah, are you gonna reveal the news, or is it gonna stay secret?
I think we should.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
We should.
What we can do, and we're gonna
do
keep this,
both.
we're gonna keep this in because it's funny. But what we can do is we can do both.
Cool.
And if things change in the next 3 weeks, then
You can
let us
choose.
know.
We'll pick and choose.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
such a
we'll
good
pick-
idea.
Cool.
and
Okay.
then
That makes a
we'll
lot of sense.
keep,
Alright.
we'll keep the take. All
Let's
right,
do
ready?
number one.
And so cut here.
And you guys are from the band.
Elliott Road.
Elliott Road.
Yeah. Cut here. Welcome.
And you guys are from the band.
Toy
Toy
Saints.
Saints.
Yeah.
We've covered off both. No
So
issues.
If it's the latter, then we'll keep in the first bit.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And then if we do go with the latter, then let's talk about now.
Yeah.
So, people from the band. I can't name
Musicians in that band.
Yeah, rhythm section from the band that we just introduced. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Should you play the song?
Oh, I should. Oh shit! Hang on, we have a song for each segment.
Oh, amazing.
Sweet.
It's really important.
It's really important. It's probably the bread and butter of the podcast. You know,
Fair enough.
the songs.
All right, here we are.
What would you like to plug about yourself? Yeah.
I love that keyboard.
So good.
We've remixed all the songs. So
did.
the listener who's listening to this podcast right now will be like, "Wow, that sounds really cool."
Yeah.
You guys, that's a song made 4 years ago. through MacBook Pro.
That's a bop.
Yeah, I
I think so too. Yeah,
It's not about the mix. It's
Yeah,
about the.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of money on plugins though, so it has to have something to do with it.
When's the Plug soundtrack album?
That's a
I
good
was thinking about
point.
that.
Yeah, like an instrumental album.
Yeah.
That's all just
All the segment songs.
If
It would
we
be
if
a minute total.
well, if we release all the instrumentals, people will very quickly realize that it's the same thing.
Yeah.
over.
Right. Yeah.
So so we need the words over the top.
Yeah.
We very, very much need.
They're gonna
the
think
words
it's a cash grab. If
Yeah,
you,
exactly. And we would never do something like that.
Never.
So
yeah, tell us a bit about insert band name here.
About the band?
Yeah.
Okay,
When did it form? What was its genesis?
2014.
Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a decade-old
10 years,
band.
yeah.
It's been a decade. Wow, I feel old.
And it's still the original lineup.
No.
Oh, wow.
Oh god.
But that's the thing. We were young when it started because I'm 21 now. Rory,
Right.
you're
22.
You're 27.
Jeez, you would have been But
Kidding.
seriously, you would have been what, 11?
Yeah, we were 11.
That's so cool.
Yeah, Ethan and I met in year 6 over Instagram.
Wow.
Yeah.
Over Instagram in year
Year
6.
six.
Yeah, where else? And and so I posted a photo of me on a drum kit or something like that. And I was me on a huge drum kit in a studio. I've been telling this story for years, but it's I love it. And I think he found me through a shout out. How people back then got followers
Yeah.
oh my god,
Shout
shout
out
out
for
to this
shout
person.
Shout
Yeah.
out. Like for like.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TBH for TBH.
Like a sepia
etc.
filter over it.
Yeah. Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Ethan somehow stumbled across that and he comments and he goes, "Pff, that's just a regular kit, dude. It's not huge." Like how you described it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic 11-year-old banter.
Yeah. It's straight off the bat. It was
That's
a bit
not
of,
a drum kit. This is a drum kit.
Yeah. And so we just started commenting back and forth. I was like, oh, okay. shit. And then, yeah. Am I allowed to swear on this podcast?
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Oh my god, I freaked out for a second. I just like F-bombed so hard.
Nah.
Yeah, but
Double down.
yeah, we kept commenting back and forth, and we found out that we actually had a lot in common. And I'm sure if you go, I think right now, if you go onto my personal account, you can still find this post.
That's awesome.
You
And
can
so
read
it all
it all.
started with Instagram beef in year 6.
It did, and then we found out we had the same drum teacher. So we like, yeah, I know. I know. It's like we were a lot more local than we thought, and so we met up for practice, and like we both liked.
And you had a fist fight before anything else to settle the score for
We
once
did.
and for all,
We
yeah.
got out the measuring tape and we measured each other's drum kits.
Well,
we settled it.
that determines.
No, and yeah, we found out like because I was like a big Foo Fighters fan, he was a big Green Day fan. It's like
Wholesome.
what else could you want? Yeah,
Yeah.
and so that's kind of how it started. Was just Ethan and I.
And then how did Rory come into the equation?
Rory came.
Oh my god.
Into the. Do you want to explain? This part?
So we actually met through Youth Rock, and it was an amazing experience. And I was like, wow, these guys are really fucking cool.
What's Youth Rock?
Youth Rock is how would you explain it? Like high school band competition where
good.
like
Yeah.
you apply, and if you get in, it's great. And there's so many different prizes to win, and it's like just a massive battle of the bands.
It's quite well done though. Like
It's very
they
well
pour a
done.
huge budget into it, and you get like at the end of it like a pretty like mixed package of like a video and like
Damn.
the recorded set and everything. Yeah, it's really cool.
really, really cool, and it's such a great opportunity for young musicians, actually giving people in high school a chance at least performing live.
So
And
when was this?
this was 2018, and at the time I was in a band called Gravity Stone, so I was playing in a prog metal band. And then I was like, oh my god, these guys are like really, really sick. I love their music. It's amazing. And then wrap around.
The drum kit's so big.
Whoa.
It's what brought everyone in.
Yeah, the drum kit. And so fast forward to 2020, I leave Gravity Stone, just conflicting interests, wasn't really into playing prog metal anymore.
That's fair. Happens.
Yeah, exactly. And
You
I
go
just
through phases.
It's you, not that. It's you, not prog metal.
Yeah, exactly. It's me. It's a me problem.
Yeah.
Prog metal got sick of you.
Mean. And Ethan reached out and was, hey, look, we're looking for a bass player. I ghosted him completely.
Nice.
Yeah.
What is it with
Really?
it?
Yeah,
I
I
didn't-
ghosted
I did
Ethan
not
because
know that.
I
That's
just
funny
didn't
as.
see the message, and then he was like, I did respond. I was like, hey, yeah, I would be up to it. And then like 2 weeks later, it was like, can you please respond? And I was like, oh, yeah. Yeah, I can do that.
So far, Ethan is 2 for 2 on fucking up introductions.
Yeah.
Getting dunked on.
Getting absolutely dunked on.
Give him a chance.
It's a great bloke. And then I joined the band, and at the time we had Aiden, our former guitarist, and then it was just the 4 of us. But they've gone through like 3 bass players.
True.
Rory is our 4th bass
I am
player,
the fourth
and hopefully our last.
I am the last bass player.
Because,
That's the way
because
to
you'll discover that you
manifest
don't actually need a bass player. You could just have 2 guitars. So Rory will leave, last bass player.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
there you
Yeah,
go.
exactly.
And
Penna
then
can take
Daniel's going to be
over.
like, I wrote this prog metal song. I know you might not be into it, but
by the way,
Yeah.
can you buy a 6-string bass?
Yeah.
But
funny.
yeah, and then I've been in the band for like I guess 4 years now. Which it's been 4 years,
Yep.
3 years now, which is amazing.
Yeah,
I think
3 years.
Bordering on 4 because I joined in like early 2021.
Nice.
I remember actually because our first rehearsal was in
Yeah.
January.
That's I'd say like 3.5 years.
yeah, 3.5
3
years.
and a half years.
It's been the greatest experience.
Hell yeah.
That's wholesome.
So wholesome, and the music is so enjoyable to play. Like
Good.
at the time we were having a concept, like the concept album that hopefully will come out at some point.
Sick.
And
It will.
come out.
Yeah, it will.
Daniel
Yeah, just gotta
is
give it a bit.
persistent that it will come out. It has to come out. Like but the music is just so fun to play, and it's just like it's so well written. Like Daniel and Ethan, they write so well.
And Pera is
And
also
Pera-
an amazing songwriter.
Amazing songwriter. But when I joined the band, it was like, wow, these guys have it all together. Like they
True.
just have their shit together.
Well,
all of you are very
which is
intelligent.
it's not like a rare thing, but it's nice to have some like people who have like just like it worked out rather than working it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Developed
Yeah.
rather than developing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, well, that's like Ethan and I, like from the beginning we clicked, and like we were just on the same page, like songwriting wise, and we kind of but that's something that only strengthened like throughout the years. Like we just kind of get each other when it comes
Well,
to
yeah, I think being like in it for a decade now would probably help that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not many people have that like sort of, I guess, like benefit, you know what I mean? It's like people like start bands and expect to like write really heartfelt and emotional and connecting music with each other after knowing each other for like 6 weeks.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
you can't.
And then they jump into a rehearsal and they're all like shy and
not that
not
easy.
vulnerable whatsoever. And
Yeah.
so a decade would sort that, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
for sure.
100%.
Yeah, we really grew together, I guess.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's really sweet, actually.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And definitely coming out of recording, like, next level of humbleness. Like, we just got all so humbled so quickly. And we were like, oh, we haven't even, like, scratched the surface of, like, musician. Like, we have, but it's, like, getting into that professional level of musicianship. It's like we're just only scratching the surface of the industry and what it's like to be in a professional setting actually recording our music.
Yeah.
It turns out a lot of work.
Too much work.
Turns out it's a lot of work.
And a lot of money.
Absolutely.
No, speaking of like recorded music, like
Yeah, it was 2022 we released both the EPs. I think we
Yeah.
recorded the first one 2021. And it just took ages. Oh, well, because of the second COVID wave happened in 2020.
That's right, yeah.
That makes sense, yeah.
Everybody remember that?
good times.
Yeah.
Can't not forget it. And so yeah, we released 2 EPs in 2022, and that was pretty big. A few singles in 2023, and then we kind of had to slow down a bit because we kind of got into like some management stuff. It was a good opportunity, and we just kind of like change our path and the way we approach things.
Momentum.
So, yeah, exactly. So we've just kind of we've just kind of been building up the momentum and just recording new music, and
Very exciting.
Yeah, Too Stupid for Us. This is one I listened to this morning.
Yeah,
So cool.
yeah.
I loved it. It's
Cheers, man.
I like
Appreciate
the cover as well, especially like
It is
the like spaceman, you know.
Oh, cheers,
Oh,
thank you.
that was so good. The artwork for that we were so happy with.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised what people on Fiverr can.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's true. You hear about it all the time. I mean, like you obviously have like all these like nightmare situations where it's like, I mean, it costs like sweet fuck all, so it
Yeah.
gets to be pretty funny, but
Yeah.
like sometimes they nail it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with that
Yeah.
artwork.
And that one wasn't that recorded at the shed? Like you didn't go into a studio?
A fair bit of it was.
Yeah.
We went to if you guys know Harvey and Itai from the Lazy Eyes.
Yeah.
So we went to Harvey's place. No, sorry, Itai's place to track drums for that. And a few more tracks for an album that we got to re-record.
Damn.
Yikes. We got a lot of stuff like just floating in the stratosphere that we need to sort out. But
Absolutely.
the drums were tracked there, and the rest of it was home recorded.
Cool.
At the shed.
The shed.
Oh, the shed.
Yeah, nice.
Tell us more about the shed. What's the shed?
Oh,
The
God.
shed is
The
whole-
Ethan's home.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Drop the
And-
address. No, I'm joking.
50. No. No. So
No, it's 50. All right.
Yeah. 50 something. You just got to go through the directory now.
And look for a shed.
Yeah.
Every 50 on every street. Which one's the shed?
50 Shed Street. No, so it's like this like sort of it's a shed, but it's anything but. Like you go in, it's really done up, and there's like a bed, and we got like soundproof gobos and stuff now.
Damn.
Yeah.
And so that was like our sort of stomping ground for years, just in terms of recording and rehearsing. Like we really did everything there.
Yeah. Yeah. If we didn't rent, oh god, it would be over for them. You know, we would have a shed.
Yeah.
It would be stacked, you know. But no, we have to settle for just a room.
Yeah.
But it's still, don't get me wrong, it's a cool room.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
You have to
But you
settle.
can't do anything with it.
No.
You can only put the stuff there.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Yeah, you have to
Whereas-
sell for an actual beautiful house.
Exactly.
That
Yeah.
sucks.
We're pushing it by blue tacking stuff to the wall.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
That's a bit
Yeah,
dodgy.
gotcha.
Yeah,
We're
it's like,
really
oh,
pushing it.
push.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, but the shed, we just like kind of built up like an arsenal of like mics and instruments and just soundproofed it and everything, and that was kind of like we learned everything there, like how to record ourselves and all that. So that's
So-
the shed.
Must have been a nice step going from that into like recording in the studio. Must have been
Yeah.
an interesting step.
Yeah.
What do you, like all members of the band, like what's like a normal day in the life of you guys? Like, What do you guys do in your personal lives, jobs, and stuff?
Professions.
Rory, you go first.
I'll go first. So I'm the store manager for Gander, and it's
nice, Gander.
It's like a sustainable Aussie-owned brand, and it's kind of like Billabong Rip Curl, but better.
Ah, cool.
Totally not biased, but yeah. So I'm a store manager for there. Love everything I'm wearing. Not sponsored. Gander.
Not sponsored, but they do pay me.
Gander.
They did it for the Vans.
Yeah. What about the
True.
plug?
Absolutely, absolutely.
I mean, you can't substitute like Gander for Vanda or like. You
True.
can go
Yeah,
Plug.
Plugged.
No, it doesn't work.
We'll leave it there, guys.
Or the Gug.
The Gug.
The Glug.
That's a good one.
That is pretty good.
But yeah,
I'm gonna cop some glug.
Glug merch.
Yeah.
God.
I'm imagining like
barely have plug merch.
graffiti font like glug.
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 Yeah.
Glug.
Yeah.
It has a ring to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
But yeah, so I'm store manager for there, and normally, like, if it's not banned and we're not going, so now we rent a studio out at Homebush.
Nice. Cool.
So we've gone from like one end to the other, from Engadine to Homebush.
Yeah.
It's just
That's a
stretch.
jump.
It's an absolute hop, skip, and a jump.
Yeah.
But yeah, if we're not there practicing or trying to keep setting up that room, which I think is fully furnished, but we're still chipping away at it.
How good's like taking months and months to sort out a rehearsal room of some kind? It's fucking crazy.
It's fun.
It's a process.
It is a process.
Trial and error.
And like
Very much.
everyone else in that space, like their room is so cool. It's so decked out.
Yeah.
And like Pero and I were walking into the rooms like we need this and this and that and that. It's like just
We
like
need, we need the Genio light bulb. We need LEDs.
We need diffusers because for some reason
we
it's
need diffusers.
we need
dehumidifiers.
we need fairy lights like around the
Everywhere.
God, we need fairy lights.
yeah.
We need fairy lights.
Persian rug.
Persian.
Yeah.
Oh no, we've got a Persian rug. Is
Sweet.
it Persian?
Tick that one off.
I don't even know.
I think Renaissance Persian. I'm not too
There's
sure.
a Persian rug store right at the bottom of Homer Street. Like
Oh,
We'll
there
have
you
to go
go.
check it
they
out.
have clearance Persian rugs for sale.
Yeah, not that Homer Street has anything to do with where we are, right?
No, it has nothing to do.
Nothing to do.
You don't know where we are. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, what about you, Daniel?
I was just gonna say, Perry was looking at a huge traffic light to buy for the room. Yeah. He was
that'd be
like, dude,
awesome.
should I buy this? And I'm like, dude, yeah.
Yeah, dude. And then whenever you're recording, red light.
Red
bang.
light.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's genius. What the hell?
And
Yeah.
it does have a tracking room as well, so that's something we could.
That's true, but that needs some attention, love and attention.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So yeah, what do you do when you're not sorting out the new room?
All I'm gonna say is I work in part-time hospitality,
Nice.
Whoa, yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
and it's fine. It's a job.
It'll
It's a job.
do.
It pays the bills.
It'll do for now.
It'll
Yeah, yeah.
simply do.
All right,
Absolutely.
we're reaching the end of this segment. What we like to do at the end is sort of like a rapid fire plug of any other things you're a part of, any other people
Things
you
wanna
just want to shout
and
out,
plug.
any friends, pets,
Family.
parents, objects. I don't know why I said
Yeah.
objects.
Shout out new Deadpool movie. It's really good.
Oh, true. Yeah, I've heard it's like. What was Mileto saying? It was
Nice.
It was like
He was like, what did? Okay,
it wasn't
so
serious at all.
our
No,
friend Mileto
it's-
has a very funny way of putting things, and he was like, don't go into it expecting like a serious movie.
And I was
the
like,
thing,
already
yeah.
didn't think about doing that, but sure.
And he was like, yeah, no, it's like, don't take it seriously, but it's
Yeah.
really good. I'm like, which one?
No, like it's a fair assessment. Like I see a lot of critics tearing it apart. It's like and it's like that's the point of the movie. It's like
I think,
just
yeah.
what the first and the second one did, but like just doubling down on it.
Yeah,
completely.
sure, yeah. Well, I have been thinking about going and watching it. Obviously, seeing Hugh Jackman as Wolverine in
Yeah,
like,
pretty
you know
cool.
what I mean.
It's
like
2024,
It's obviously
like,
like
that's awesome.
It's obviously like fan servicey, but it's like
It
cool.
it
Yeah.
pays a lot of homage to like the X-Men movies.
That's cool,
Like
yeah.
it pretty much like says like, oh, these movies are better than the MCU.
That's pretty funny.
yeah, it's a good point to drive, but yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah, the Deadpool.
Ethan and I currently have solo projects
Oh, cool.
Yay.
They're really good.
that we're dipping into for a split second.
Yeah.
So his is called Billy Poison. He is
I
Ding.
keep getting shocked by it. I'm like,
Big game.
It is very.
It's very
It's
loud.
jarring, yeah.
It's louder than every other sound.
Yeah, he is doing a single launch. Sorry, an album launch.
The 22nd of August.
22nd of August. Ding.
That's like so soon compared
Where
to
is
when
that?
this comes out.
I believe it's in the Mosh Pit.
Mosh Pit, yeah,
bar.
Mosh Pit Bar.
Yeah, he's
we go.
doing an album launch there, and I'm very keen to hear it.
Yeah, I'm
That's
very
exciting.
excited.
And what about your own solo project?
My solo project is called Sourflower. I currently have stuff on Spotify right now.
Whoa, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Why did I not know about this?
So I have
You're gonna press it with your foot, Joss? Wow.
You better.
that
was impressive.
that was actually really impressive.
Thank you very much.
You've been practicing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, in your room, just like...
Yeah. 10 sets of 3 reps of whatever that is. Yeah.
We were still setting up when you guys got here because Joss was just at the laptop.
Yeah. All fate. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I got a project named Sourflower on Spotify, and
Awesome, check it out.
I'm doing a single, just a show on September the 5th. But I'm going to start a huge rollout soon of like just music and stuff. So
Absolutely.
you'll see more on that in the future.
That's
Rory,
awesome.
is there anyone that you want to shout out?
So I normally session for Kiri Aki. I love Kiri.
Of course.
Love Kiri. They're actually playing Your Shot on
Yes.
August 17th.
Yes. They
So definitely come to that if you can.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for them.
And Your Shot, for people who don't know, is like this DJing sort of competition. Would you call it?
Yeah, 100%. And even I think the drummer for Good Ramen is also
Yes,
playing that as
Alex.
well. Alex.
Yes,
So
yes.
definitely good to go check them out on that day.
100%, yeah.
But yeah, that's about it from my end.
Sick.
Yeah.
Well, we'll end this segment here, and we'll be back.
Bye.
It'll feel like a second for the listener, but many seconds for us.
Yes.
Yep.
Sorry, I just had a Lamington.
I'm glad we did that. We need to get that out of us.
Otherwise, I would have been, struggling at all points of the podcast.
I can't
Yeah.
wait for you to still choke at some point.
Yeah, I
in the middle of the segment. Just coconut flake right down the trachea.
Yeah.
Just
Single flake. Yeah.
A trachea. You said it like a real Aussie. I liked it.
track it.
Yeah, the fucking trachea,
what do you want me to say?
Trachea, mate.
Trachea.
Trachea.
Okay. All right. No more.
All right, we're going to do more segments,
Cool.
Wow.
and this is the second one.
Jesus.
What?
What album are you plugging today?
Yeah. Albums, because
Albums.
two individuals.
Albums.
Open bracket S, close bracket.
Who would like to start?
Yeah.
You go
Rory?
first. No, I went first the last time.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
I guess
Called out.
I guess that's only fair. All right. The album that I chose to plug is Album by Girls.
By Girls.
Oh, really? What kind?
Yeah.
Like what girls?
They're both boys actually.
Wow.
Okay, I'm
Wow.
confused.
Yeah.
And it's an album?
Yeah.
The album's called Album by a band called Girls.
Yeah.
They got the whole thing going on.
Yeah, it's very confusing by the title, but once you listen to it, it makes a lot of sense.
It makes so much more sense.
So yeah, this album, I feel like it's very personal to me because I haven't really met someone else who's like really listened to it and appreciated it.
Yeah, I mean, personally, never heard of this before in my life.
Neither.
Until
Yeah.
you plugged it.
But it's interesting. They were like absolute like pitchfork darlings like back in the day. Like
I can
they,
definitely see that.
Yeah.
yeah, they were like best new music like sort of thing, and they played at the festivals and all that. Like there's just those bands that get that sort of attention. Girls, one of them. So they were based. They got a weird history. They're based in like San Francisco and comprised of 2 members. Christopher Owens and Chet J.R. White, who's now unfortunately deceased.
Oh, damn.
But Christopher Owens, he grew up in a Children of God cult, I think it was, and he escaped at an early age and like moved to San Francisco. Played in bands, played in Ariel Pink's band for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Back when he was like really hitting it. And then he formed Girls with Chet, who he met, and he was like a producer, and he was like, yo, I think I can get the sound that you're looking for. And the album is like very like beachy, San Francisco inspired. Like there's a lot of like Beach Boys influence,
Yeah.
like that sort of like sort of 50s 60s sort of surf rock era.
It felt like, I don't know, when I was listening to this, I was like, it reminds me a lot of like Australian surf rock music of today. You know what I mean?
sort of, yeah.
Or maybe
It's-
not today, but like more like the late teens.
Yeah,
like
yeah, definitely.
2018, 2019 sort of era.
No, like absolutely, and it's that like 50s, 60s surf rock thing, kind of like done in like a pop sort of
Yeah, it's cool.
lens. It's so well done, and like it's just so nice. Like it's one of those albums I can listen to back to front,
Absolutely.
and it's like it's a whole vibe. I love it.
It reminds me of the waves. Waves?
Yeah, I was thinking the
Yeah.
exact same thing when I was
Yeah.
listening to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we had someone plug that, and I've always been a pretty big Waves fan. But like, yeah, I think albums like this and the Waves album, it's like they come out before that sort of it. Like it's hard because it was like indie music was like really popular in the early 2000s.
Yeah, I don't think they ever really found their time.
Yeah.
really.
And it feels like it might have slumped at this point in time. This came out like what 2009.
2009. Yeah,
Like where like like radio pop is like
Yeah.
just massive.
Tame
LMFAO
Impala
woo, you know.
was coming in.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
like it was a whole era starting.
And yeah, this feels like almost like a pioneer, this album.
Yeah, it was definitely, it was pretty like I don't think any other band was like doing this sort of thing
No, it's cool.
at the time. And like Christopher Owens is like such a good singer as well. Like he's got a very sort of bassy, sort of nasally voice,
Yeah.
and it just works. Like just like beautiful songwriting, beautiful production, a lot of charm. I don't know, just really well done.
Yeah.
I think they did a lot of it themselves. Like it's just very impressive as well.
For me, it's like the whole album is just like new ideas at every corner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it. Even if they do recycle like stuff, I don't hear it in a way. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it feels like as I was listening to it, was like every song was like a weird, different like subgenre of like that rock. Like
Yeah, the surf rock thing.
And
Yeah,
then It
yeah.
was like because you had like I think it was it Lust for Life? Is
Lust for Life, yeah.
Lust for Life,
Amazing
is that
song.
the one?
Yeah.
First song is like it opens up into like like when the chords come in basically and the drums and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like a little bit more like psyche than you expect it to be.
Yeah.
And then they have of course like way more like straightforward like riffs and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then it's like the backing vocals like really play into the Beach Boys sort of.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. I mean
Surf
like
rock
yeah,
thing. Yeah.
all of it's quite like obviously surf inspired and like I
Yeah.
would have to say.
You're
Yeah.
a surf expert, right?
I surf. Yeah, I'm
You
a
surf a lot, don't you?
I'm
love
a
to surf.
surf expert. I know everything about the
Yeah.
swell.
Kelly Slater
and-
isn't. That's
Yeah,
like that's your.
yeah. I actually let them,
Heritage, right?
I actually let them have the name because
Yeah.
that was my name initially. I was like,
True.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, I've never surfed before.
neither.
I
neither have
tried,
I.
but failed miserably.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to be able to surf. I feel like that's like.
Yeah, because maybe I'd like write like better music like this. You know. If I could surf.
Do you reckon the members of this band they're surfers?
No.
They don't give me
Damn.
surfer vibes. They
No.
give me dungeon tan.
Yeah.
They were very much like the druggy sort of like outcast sort of
Sure,
crowd from,
okay.
from what I know, like Christopher Owen and all of his friends and all that stuff. And that's kind of what drives the music. Like a lot of the lyrics is very much about like relationships and girls, you know.
Girls.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, it's all
so-
coming together.
Yeah, it's very lovey-dovey sort of heartbreak
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, but just really well done. Yeah. I love
Do you have
that.
any like favorite tracks specifically?
Hellhole Rat Race was the track that got me into them.
Cool.
It was just on like Spotify Shuffle whilst I was like doing an assignment in class or like a task or whatever, and it just blew me away. I
We're
was
not
like,
necessarily Spotify lovers in this house, but
That's fair
every now and
enough,
then they chuck in something in your shuffle that's like, oh.
Yeah, they do. They
I
do.
actually just despise the smart shuffle feature that they have.
Yes.
I don't know what that is.
It gets old really quickly.
It's basically you have like a playlist and you put smart shuffle and it'll put songs in there that they think would belong in their playlist.
And how's that go?
Well, it's just like you're always just like I didn't put this in here. Why is this playing? And you're like, oh, I've got smart
okay.
shuffle. And,
Yeah.
ugh.
Yeah.
It's like you order something from like a restaurant and it's like, may I suggest this? But it's like, no, I'm eating this.
No,
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna
And then they just
fill
give
up
it to
on
you
this.
anyway.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's been like on my smart shuffle, it's just been like, did you want to listen to Espresso by Sabrina for like the 20th time
And you're
today?
like, how did you know?
And it's like, stop feeding me, stop.
I'm stuck. I couldn't possibly.
I think it's quite dumb. Shuffle.
I feel like that's pretty much that's like Spotify to just like feed you Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
pretty in character.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
It
It's
is.
pretty funny.
It
But
is.
like, you know, every now and then you
Every now and then
do
there's
get,
a
you know,
banger,
you do get indie rock from 2009.
Yeah, I have actually quite like expanded my music taste just from like the shuffle feature on Spotify.
Yeah, true. Nice.
I feel like it's weird. I like the shuffle feature is like as close to like YouTube music that we will get. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I
pretty
feel like
much.
so many people like got into music through like just like chucking music up on YouTube and then it just like plays the next video without
Yeah.
chucking it on or anything like that.
You remember listening like full albums on like YouTube?
Oh
Yeah.
my god,
Shit,
yeah. My mum's
Vivo?
Like,
You
an
guys
offender.
remember?
Oh my god,
Yeah,
Vivo.
Vivo.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I'm talking about Vivo last week, right?
Yeah, probably.
episode.
That's probably why I brought it up.
Yeah, Vivo.
Oh yeah, because we talked about the Georgia Smith Vivo.
Yeah.
That's
Good one.
Do you have any favorite tracks?
not Georgia Smith. Anyway,
Smith?
it was a Georgia Smith? No, it wasn't.
I don't remember speaking about anyone's Vivo specifically.
What's
Sorry,
her
man.
name?
Sorry, you're
Anyway, it
capping,
doesn't
man.
matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't
Favorite tracks?
Oh,
Oh, for me, which one was it? I like a name song. Lauren, I like any song that's like just like somebody's name. I'm
Yeah,
like,
fair.
yeah, 100%.
Laura is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
was it?
Laura's gonna be my
Yeah.
favorite. So take that back.
Lauren-
basically.
Lauren-
Did you guys
Lauren Marie.
Did you guys watch the music videos as well?
No, I didn't, unfortunately.
They're
No.
very like they play. It's very like Super 8 sort of. I don't know. It kind of makes me
cool.
like sad in a very nostalgic
Oh
way.
no!
It's very
No,
Super
yeah,
8.
Yeah, we say this every fucking like season of the podcast, but it's like, man, we should get into music videos.
Yeah.
and we just never do.
Well, I mean, personally, I don't want to. So
No,
you can get into
No,
it.
you've definitely brought it up before, but it feels like, you know what, Rage has that covered.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Rage,
fair enough.
if we do it, then you know, Rage will just get.
I feel like it's good to talk about them though, because there's a lot
Yeah,
of like
absolutely.
imagery in there. That,
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, but it is. I know what you mean. It's like a bit dying. You know what I mean? Because people, I feel
feels
like,
like
just don't
it.
just care as much.
Well,
It's a bit
I
frustrating.
like to watch.
it's
People
more
don't
of
care to
a.
watch,
I think nowadays, unfortunately, it's more of a social marketing tool than it is. Like,
yeah, absolutely. it's something you can
an
show to
art-
people and be like, look,
yeah.
we did this, you know, rather
Yeah.
than just being like, it's
This is
matches
this
the
thing
content
that I
more than an
Yeah.
actual art form.
Yeah. Well, it's like, I mean, the option is always still there to just do it as an art form, but unfortunately, making a music video costs like minimum of fucking $1,000.
That's the tough
Yeah,
part as well.
exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And no one really knows if it's gonna actually boost like the band's popularity or
Or
not.
do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, but like, so I guess that in keeping that in mind, it's probably like the way that I would approach it is just like, let's just make it as like an artsy thing.
Yeah, of
and
course.
then-
Do what you want to do.
because
yeah.
even if you're like super like strategic and like tactical about it, you never know if it's going to do what you want it to do.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just do what you want to do, and then
Be who you want to be.
universe will
Yeah.
figure it out. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, should we move on to album Dog?
So my choice of album, it was This Wasn't Meant For You Anyway by Lola Young.
Hell yeah.
Such a well-produced album, and also a well-written album. It's the perfect mix of like, I'm angry girl, like I'm angry, and it's talking about topics of like situationships, but like I've never heard an artist do it the way she does it, and
Yeah.
it's in such like a raw, emotional, and it's very relatable.
I think like stylistically, like really honed in as well. like,
Exactly,
very-
yeah, definitely agree.
Got their shit sorted out.
Shit sort of. It's like if Remy Wolf was just like edgy, didn't do the funky kind of stuff. It
Yeah.
just reminds me so much of Remy, like vocally.
I think they have like similar voices.
Very
in a way,
similar.
Yeah.
And it's not all of it is so relatable, but there is one track where the track's called Messy, and Messy is just like from a woman's point of view of being like, I'm not perfect, but I'm also not clean, but I'm also like the double entendres, but with men as
Yeah.
well. It's kind of like, I want you to be this perfect symbol of a woman, and I want you to be so clean and tidy, but then you can't also
I wanna. What do they say? I want a lady in the streets and a freak in the sheets.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? Like that's like a real thing that people say. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, absolutely. And Curie actually had sent it to me and was like, Rory,
Ah,
I think you need,
nice.
like, they plugged it for me. And
Yeah,
I was
awesome.
like, okay, cool, let's listen to the album. And I was like, dude, holy shit,
Yeah.
this is such a well-written album.
Yeah.
So relatable to so many different people, but Messy on that album, it was just like, I'm trying so hard to be everything you want me to be, but I also have my flaws and I can't be everything. And it's just such a raw track. And that's what roped me into the album. And as you get further into the album, it gets more aggressive and
Yeah.
more honest. And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, I
such a
mean,
good
like,
one.
just even like the album title, you know, it's like perfectly named. This wasn't meant for you anyway. You know what I mean? It's like that's what the whole album feels like it's about. You know?
Absolutely.
It's like it's about her expressing her own opinions and being like
For her own sake.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like she's like basically saying this album's for me to say what I want to say.
Yeah.
And you know it doesn't matter what you think.
It's just like very tidy. It is just airtight.
Airtight.
Yeah, I love an album like this where it's like the concept and everything, and even like the songwriting matches that concept well.
Yeah.
And it flows all the way from track one to
Top to bottom.
The end.
Absolutely.
It's just like wow, a
Yeah.
good album.
It's nice.
Also,
yeah.
11 songs, 38 minutes.
Perfect.
Perfect.
It's consistent. I think it's like with albums, sometimes these days they're not so consistent, and I find it very jarring to listen to albums at the moment. I'm not too sure why, but I'm finding like there's not so much consistency in the transitions, or like the songs don't sound like they're the same song by the end of it, and you're
Yeah,
like,
that's what you're saying.
where did you get like what was like the message behind it? Like I see the intent, but what was the message? And for this, it was just so clean and
yeah.
precise and consistent.
I think like it might be a thing of like people trying to make things like too complicated, because when you think
Yeah.
about like a concept like this,
Yeah.
it's like it is quite it's like one-dimensional, but in a way that can be like looked at from so many different perspectives,
Yeah.
and can relate to all of them in different ways. You know what I mean? But it's like, but the message is the same, and no matter how you look at it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a whereabouts is she from? Like
She's UK.
UK, there
Yeah.
you go, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
yeah, I've never heard of her before, but yeah, it was such a cool
Signed
album.
to like Universal Island Records.
Yeah.
Very successful.
Extremely.
Very very successful.
Very successful.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Did you have any like favorite tracks specifically?
Would
other than
it be
maybe
messy or?
Apart from Messy, it would be Conceited, or it would be I Wish You Were Dead. And like, it's just, they're so well written. I couldn't think of this album more highly. It's
Nice.
that, and I don't even know what to say, because it makes me speechless to listen to
Yeah,
it. And
it's-
that sounds so like dramatic. But
No, but it really is like it is like a speak for itself kind of album.
Yeah.
And I think that's like music. I think that's when music's like just really, really when you're nailing it. When you don't really need to say much about it.
Absolutely.
And I think
Yeah,
like
it's just like listen to yourself. It's good.
yeah.
yeah, exactly.
There's
And
not
I,
much
and
more
I
than
think
that.
that's what like I think that's what like fan bases are based off of, because everybody has this mutual understanding that it's
Yeah.
like, oh, everybody knows that this is good, and nobody can really explain and put to words exactly why it's good.
Yeah.
But it's like such a strong thing to connect with, and
Absolutely.
obviously because it is really good.
It is, yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it is just like so well put together, and I think like opening track to closing track is just like attention grabbed. Yeah.
Does she have any more music out?
Not that I know of. I think all of
So
them
this
were
is like a
like
debut?
album.
Wow,
Yeah, so
goddamn.
everything like from that album was singles,
Singles,
and
yeah.
then the album came out.
Shit.
And even like the artwork for it, and like we've been discussing artwork all throughout this plug.
Yeah.
But like the artwork is still attention grabbing. It's just like so simple. It's just
in your face.
in your
Yeah.
face, and that's exactly what the album is. It's just
Yeah.
like to the point, in your face, blunt. Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And it's like, like I said, it's like so simple,
So simple.
realistically.
Yeah, there's not much like crazy to it. You know what I
Simple
mean?
is good.
Simple.
Yeah, it
simple,
is.
simple, simple
It's
is often
sometimes
good.
like in the day and age of like, you know, it's 2024, like we gotta
shit
like
going on everywhere, every second
Yeah,
of the day.
yeah, but I think people have like this expectation of their music where it's like it needs to be different, it needs to be unique in a way where it's like, you know, people can never have heard something like this before, you know what I mean? But like, I don't know, sometimes it's fine to sort of just bring it back to its roots
Yeah.
and be
Yeah,
like,
for
let's
sure.
just write music that we know that's good. Like, we don't have to change anything. We don't have to like, you know, make anything like too crazy, but like it needs to be good in that it's like, yeah, a clear message and just like, I don't know, well written, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It's nice and consistent.
Perfected almost.
I think it like makes it so much easier when like the songs are good before they're like produced. And
It kind of reminds me of
made.
like not it doesn't really specifically remind me of Viagra Boys, but like stuff like this kind of reminds me because
Yeah.
like they're a sort of band where it's like every time I listen to a song of theirs, I'm like, this isn't anything new, but it's catchy as hell.
I
And
love sports.
yeah, it's just like. It's just like they have like really good hooks and
They do.
like it's like you can tell that they when they were writing the songs they're like, let's not like do anything flashy or too crazy,
Yeah.
but let's just like make it good. you
Good
know?
hook.
Let's really spend time
Yeah.
on, you know, getting the foundations correct.
That's how I feel about Always as well.
Yeah.
Always, like
All the
they-
things.
Yeah.
Blue Rev.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just like these big. I mean, realistically, I guess like instrumentally, like simple, I would say, but
The lyricism especially is fantastic.
yeah, and then like just slapping like a really catchy like
Yeah.
melody on top of that, and it's like
And these days, like I feel like
song, you know, done.
These days, I feel like lyricism can go by the wayside for a lot of like new music.
Yeah.
So you can like really appreciate it when albums like this, like really go hard on them.
And
the
I think
lyrics.
and it's like it goes hard in the lyrics, but in a way where it's like very incredibly easy to understand. Like there's no like fucking metaphors that you need to read genius lyrics about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like you can just take it as it comes.
Absorb.
Do you have any-
Very
Yeah.
accessible.
Any favorite tracks for you, Diego?
Opening track.
Yeah.
Yeah, opening track. I think
You love it. You're a big opening track.
I'm a big opening track fan. I think
It
it's
makes
like,
or breaks the
It
album.
makes or breaks.
sure.
Like I think it's like very important, especially because like it's an interesting situation to be in. Like somebody every 2 weeks for us anyway, like plugging something.
Yeah.
It's just like here's an album, listen to it top to bottom.
Yeah, it's like we don't have much time to sit with it, but like so like the first impression is very important.
Yeah, I always remember like if it's an artist or an album that I've never heard before, then it's like the first track always just sticks with me so
think
hard.
Big Brown Eyes was my favorite.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I just love like the hook and stuff like that. It's very like fast paced and catchy, but it's got a good rhythm behind it as well.
100%.
There's so many good songs in this album.
That's a good album. That's why.
Yeah.
It's so good to
And
hear.
only a debut as well, which is fucking insane. Which is
Two well plugged albums.
yeah, good job, guys.
Winning. That's so good,
you win plugging.
Congratulations.
Speaking of winning,
Yeah, and your reward for winning is we're going to
Here we
do the lightning round.
Okay,
now, guys.
let's do it.
Before we finish
ride.
this segment off, so the lightning round, basically we got a list.
fuck off.
No, okay.
No.
You know what? I won't explain. No, I'm joking.
Just explain the lightning round.
The lightning round is basically you've got a minute
Okay.
Oh god.
of rapid fire questions.
Beautiful.
Often nonsensical, silly, a bit goofy kind of questions.
Oh, I like Goofy.
Like us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
And then
We are so goofy.
we love being goofy.
Look at us. We're so goofy.
So goofy.
And yeah, I think we said the winner gets plug merch. We owe a lot of people plug merch. at
We
this
owe a
point.
lot of people.
So
plug
yeah,
merch.
honestly, if you are owed plug merch, just reach out and we'll get it to you.
We will
But
get it to you.
We
Wait,
probably
what's-
won't
what's
unless
plug
you
merch?
reach out.
It's a shirt.
Shirt
Oh,
or a
wow.
hat.
Oh, sweet.
We got a shirts or hats.
Yeah.
It might be easier this time because our studio is where our merch is. You know. what I
Yeah.
mean?
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, whoever has the top score by the end of the season is the winner.
Wow,
Sweet.
pretty good.
And this is a shorter season, so if you're gonna win plug merch, it's like
It's the
Wow.
season.
This is
good time.
This is the
This
time to do it.
Yeah.
yeah. I think the score to beat is 14 from Vanessa.
Oh my god.
Which is you say oh my god, but that's actually pretty low.
Really?
Yeah.
No, that's no shade to Vanessa.
No shade, Vanessa. It's
I was
always
gonna say it sounded pretty real.
it's always a first episode of the season's sort of downfall. Is
Jitters,
that,
yeah.
You know, exactly. Like I don't think anyone's ever come on for a first episode and gotten like
Someone's got to set the
crazy.
bar.
Yeah, someone's got to set the bar.
But like I'm talking like max scores. I think-
Second episodes, however.
yeah,
That's what
they're
you were
always
here for.
they're always fantastic.
Sky
but
high.
no,
Sky
Are we second episode?
Yes,
Okay.
we are
So
winning.
the bar is really high.
yeah, I think the highest score overall is like 26,
Oh
which
my
is
God.
Wow.
I think it was 26.
That's
I think
fucked.
Ayesha did 26, which
I
is
thought they did 24.
All right,
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
let's gear up
Let's
then.
basically
Oh
look
my
into
God.
it. So how it's going to work is Joss is going to ask DB questions and I'm going to ask Rory. We're going to alternate, right?
Oh my God.
So it's a score collaborative.
Okay, so we're not talking over the top of each
Okay,
other. That's
okay.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
so I'll be bam
Bang,
bam bam
bang,
bam
bang,
bam
bang.
bam.
And as many as you can collectively, and
Oh
then
my
that'll be
God.
your total score.
Okay.
at the end.
Sweet.
And there
Let's
will
do it.
also be somewhat. What's that noise?
I think it's a truck. They're doing construction.
Ah,
Oh, they would.
They would. Yeah.
Outside the studio, how dare they?
Dare
Don't they know that we're recording a podcast?
Oh, they know.
Yeah, they know. And there's going to be like somewhat distracting music and the sound of trucks playing as.
Oh my god.
Sweet.
Okay.
Sounds great.
Neurodivergent nightmare.
There we go.
Oh,
Alright,
yeah.
It's time to go.
Have you randomized it?
Yep, it's randomized.
Let's
there it is.
do it.
Just.
All right,
Take it
I'm
away,
going to
buddy.
start the timer in
You have a minute as well.
3,
A minute,
2,
okay.
1, starting now. What is your go-to in paper, scissors, rock, and why is it scissors?
Scissors because they cut things.
Whose music career do you wish was yours?
Oh, Remy Wolf.
Is life really hard, or are you just not trying?
No, life's really hard. I'm trying.
What is the best fast food sandwich?
Or Switch.
How are you?
Good.
Which is the superior citrus?
Or Lime.
What is your favorite flavor of M&M?
Brown.
Okay, scenario. I'm blind and I want you to explain the color red to me.
Oh my god. Dark.
Wow.
If your name was James, would you go by it, Jim, Jimmy, Jimbo, or Jamie?
Jimmy.
How did you get here?
Drove.
Who was your favorite band in Sydney?
Oh, Toy Science.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
If you could instantly master any instrument, what would it be?
Piano.
Who is your favorite pop artist?
Halsey.
Is music actually subjective?
Yes.
There you go. And that's
the minute.
That's the minute.
That's the minute.
How many did we get through then?
I don't know. They're not numbered, so you'll have to give me a second.
Let me just do some quick math. I feel like we did that well.
I actually don't think Halsey's my favourite pop artist. I just didn't know who to say, and I was like... I was like, I don't know who to say. I'm going to say Halsey.
15.
15?
15.
Damn,
Not bad.
15. Taking the lead by one.
We told you the bar was high.
Yeah.
Take that, Vanessa.
Cop that.
Cop that.
Well, yeah, that's the new high score for this round, for this season.
Yeah.
So that's the score to beat. Any plug listeners out there?
Congratulations.
Thank
you.
You are so far in the lead to
Let's go.
win a plug shirt. Or 2 plug shirts. One for each of
Sweet.
you.
And with that, into the next segment. I don't know what that was.
You would know new single out soon.
Wow.
We don't know when, but it's soon.
The cold open.
The cold open.
Cold
The
open.
cold
like
open.
like driving past a billboard. That's great.
So it was icy
This
cold.
is the audio version of driving past a billboard.
Yeah.
You guys forgot to plug the most important thing, and that was
I
the
know,
new single
I
that will
know.
come out soon.
It'll come out
under
soon.
the band name. Insert band name here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
We're
put
not
on,
sure.
put on the screen. Can you edit?
Yeah. We'll do a fix
In
on the
like
screen.
pink Comic Sans.
I will actually do that.
Thank you.
I
Thank
think
you
what's
so
gonna
much.
happen is one of us will cut over and just like very generic voice just go toys. Elliott Road.
Yeah, I'm
There we
gonna
go. You
get
can
like
use those clips.
yeah. There you go.
We
Thank you.
we ADR this entire.
Okay, so we're
gonna
playing
play
a game,
song.
and we're gonna
play a song. We're gonna play a game.
Oh,
we are
no.
gonna play a song.
Why is that keep
and it's the lightning round again.
No, it's not. It's
Good
not.
luck.
It's not. It's not. Okay, so this is the song.
I have just assessed that this guy is a ginormous asshole.
That's right. We've assessed that this guy's a ginormous.
We are
asshole.
assessing some guys who are ginormous assholes.
Yeah,
Sweet.
so basically we're playing a game called Arsehole Assessment. The concept of
Get
this
your gloves
game-
on.
No, we're getting right up in there. I like the sound effects.
Yeah.
No, the whole point of this game is we've gone and found 5 reviews off this website called Rate Your Music.
5.
5, and here's the kicker, bad reviews. Yeah, that's right.
Sweet.
5 really negative and
Sub 2-star reviews.
yeah, and oftentimes completely unnecessarily long reviews.
long
Like,
and mean.
if you don't like something, why are you spending so much time talking about
Yeah.
it? But anyway, look, I digress. It helps us.
But
so-
you know what? We spend a lot of time talking about these bad reviews, which we don't like.
yeah,
It's a vicious cycle.
Yeah,
There you
what
go.
the hell?
Vicious
Makes
cycle.
we're fueling it. What
And
are we
then
doing?
Joss and I are going to release music that people write bad reviews on.
Yeah, I can do it if you want.
And yeah,
This first one's
essentially,
from D.B. Luke. That's weird.
no, yeah. So we've got 5 different reviews. Carly, you're not gonna walk on the computer.
Kai's going to walk on the computer.
No, she won't. And basically, yeah, the bad reviews. We give you multiple choice, so it's not that hard, but it is still pretty
But it's
difficult.
the another kicker is it's 1-on-1 for you two.
Yeah.
Usually we throw one of us in the mix there as well, but we both assembled these questions together. So
Yeah.
it's
Amazing.
one against the other. The winner gets bragging rights.
Cool.
Cool.
How about the winner gets a sticker as well?
Oh,
Only,
sweet.
only the winner.
Damn, that's
Damn.
crazy. Hey man, that shit's expensive, right? I'm just
I'll front it.
yeah,
I'll
you're
front it.
crazy. man.
I'm so generous. Okay, so it's not like a buzzer thing. It's you both get to pick an answer. It's you can pick the same answer if you absolutely like to.
Cool.
Are you
But
ready?
yeah,
to-
if you're tied by the last question, I'm not gonna let you pick the same question answer.
yeah, at that point,
Because
it's like
that would be boring.
That's
we'll
fair
figure,
enough.
well,
That's
we'll
fair.
figure that out when we get there because it's kind of a hard game. Not many people get
I think
more
the
than, like,
highest
three?
score we've had is 4, right?
4? Was it 3?
Wow.
I think
Which
when
is
the
very
Bifters
high.
came on,
4 out of 5.
one of them did surprisingly well.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And like, yeah, just read through all my answers. I felt like I was like a translucent. You know? I was like, how
I,
does he
know, I
onto
think
me,
it was,
bro?
I think it was especially funny because they were dressed up as wizards.
Dude's like
crystal
reading
ball,
my
just
mind.
like.
It has to be A. Fuck, he's right.
All right. So
Alright, do you
I
want to read
reckon.
the first one?
So let's hook into it. I will read the question or the review, and Josh will read the options. First review, first asshole to assess. Here it is. I'd genuinely rather go deaf by the sound of my tinnitus, or is it tinnitus?
Tinnitus. Yeah.
Tinnitus. I've heard it said both ways. I'd rather go deaf by the sound of my tinnitus than have to listen to this album again. Where it fails is what blank thinks passes as singing. It's physically painful to listen to. I had a genuine headache from their howling.
Is this A, Tyler the Creator's Flower Boy? B, Mac Miller's Swimming? C, Childish Gambino's Awaken My Love? Or D, Kid Cudi's Man on the Moon?
So this person would rather go deaf than to
With
listen
their own tinnitus.
with their own tinnitus. Than
Sounds
to
like they've
listen to
already
this-
gone deaf.
Yeah, than to listen to this album again. Flower Boy, Swimming, Awaken My Love, or Man on the Moon. Now, how familiar are you with any of these albums? Either
Like-
of you?
Pretty familiar with like the
Yeah,
overall
like-
sound.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like,
You just had your hand up there, she just appeared. She was like, hey, what's up?
Where did Carly go? She's gone.
Carly?
Carly?
Um,
Yeah, it's a toughie.
So
hard.
it's physically painful to listen to. I don't
you
know
guys
if that
like
brings
the
anything up for
howling?
you guys.
Yeah, do you guys
I
found...
don't know much about Kid Cudi at all. So.
Yeah, true.
That's fair enough. That's fair
you know what?
enough.
For the sake, this one is hard.
Yeah.
This is hard.
I mean, Childish Gambino's a good singer. Like, I don't think anyone can.
Yeah,
really-
that's the hard part about these is like a lot of the time the music's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you disagree. You know,
You
you're
need
like,
to you
"Oh."
need to put yourself in the perspective of an asshole.
So you got to be
I
like,
might. Okay.
is
okay.
Tyler the
You know
Creator
what?
actually a bad singer, or is this guy just an asshole?
I feel like an
Yeah.
arsehole would call Childish Gambino.
Yeah.
a good singer.
yeah,
agree.
that's
like
fair.
howling. It's
Well, he-
physically painful to listen to. I had a genuine headache from their howling.
Well, he does go into like
He
a higher
does,
range.
He goes into like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
falsetto kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna lock in Awaken My Love.
Wow. Okay. All right.
What about you?
I'll
Rory?
play
What do
devil's advocate.
Am I allowed to choose the same answer?
You are. You
Yeah.
are. You are allowed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, you guys are on to me. It's Childish Gambino.
Yay. Okay.
Well done.
Yeah.
I thought
done.
Flower Boy would have.
Good start. Very good start.
I don't remember not Childish Gambino, like Tyler the Creator singing. At
He's not
all.
much of a howler.
He's not. It's not. It's not.
He does quite a bit of singing on that album.
He
That's
does
what
it
I
more
think.
on Igor.
Igor,
Yeah, Igor
yeah,
as
he
well.
does.
howling. Yeah.
Yeah, not much howling, but
Not
yeah.
much howling.
That's a
Yeah.
good word. To
I just look.
to.
I think like Childish Gambino is like objectively very talented.
Talented. Oh, yeah,
he's
of course.
very talented.
Sorry, asshole.
I don't know where this came from,
Yeah.
but that's okay. You know, not everybody can have good opinions.
Yeah,
It's fine.
it's fine.
First asshole assessed.
Great.
Congratulations.
All right, you guys are both on 1 point. Good job. All right, I'm gonna read question number 2, and then
Competition is tight.
This one, we only got the username for this one, but his name's Equal Thinker 1994.
Not so equal of him.
He says that this album is incredibly boring and mundane, and says, I'm surprised they aren't paying critics this time for positive reviews, and then in brackets says conspiracy.
What the fuck?
It's bloated, it could be 10 tracks maximum, and they struggle with maturing, unlike most artists. Which is a weird point to make, like, do most artists,
Struggle
like,
to mature?
they don't struggle to mature? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's, you know,
Everybody.
most artists, like, I don't know about all, like,
Yeah.
most. It's like maybe some.
Unlike
Anyway.
most. Anyway. Okay, so the options are A. Olivia Rodrigo Guts, the most recent one. B. Sabrina Carpenter, Emails I Can't Find, the one from yesteryear. C. Chapel Roan, The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess. Or D. Taylor Swift, The Tortured Poets Department.
Has to be Taylor Swift.
I'm personally going with Guts because people have criticized her in the past for
Existing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, true. Equal thinker here. Is,
That's me.
but-
I'm 30 years old.
But more so that there are conspiracies that she does pay critics. Which
wow, really?
I don't know. Like I don't know how like legitimate that is. But I'm gonna think Equal Thinker isn't on that.
Wow.
So
Damn, conspiracy in brackets. That's so
Yeah.
funny. So out of pocket.
But they're saying they're surprised that this time they aren't paying the critics. But so maybe there was like a history of
Maybe.
critic paying in the past.
That's insane. I mean, you know, Olivia Rodrigo.
Well,
has
what
that-
do you-
has
what do
that
you think,
Disney
Rory?
backing.
You're pretty confident, Taylor, but that's
I am very
throwing a
confident, but
spanner in
also
the
like
works.
Sabrina has been also accused of buying buying Spotify.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
like
Wow.
So that's why, as we were
That
saying
would explain
earlier,
the smart
than you
shuffle.
think.
the smart shuffle,
think,
they've
yeah.
been actually buying her way in to put her into the smart shuffle. You might be listening to like death metal or something, and then all of a sudden be like espresso, like it would just pop out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Oh, now I'm conflicted.
That would explain all my metalhead friends listening to Espresso.
Yeah.
Conspiracy.
This one was written by D.B. Lou.
Again?
Then I will lock in Taylor Swift.
All right.
All right, so
I'm locking in guts.
Yeah, was it
locking
that?
in guts, locking in Taylor Swift. One of you is correct.
Oh.
It was Taylor Swift.
Wow.
Yeah, Rory takes the lead.
Nice.
Looks like I threw some good deceivers in there, but
Very,
jeez, I didn't realize so
very
many
good.
people were paying critics.
Wait,
Yeah, that's
was
pretty
that for
funny.
Torture Poets department?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty. I like. It's pretty funny that two of these people are getting accused of three of these
yeah.
people are getting
Yeah.
accused of buying their.
Yeah,
own.
I just went related ours to Taylor Swift, and those are three of the ones there.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
slay.
Chaperone's clean, but
Chapel Roan is organic.
Yeah.
The way she's been growing, it's all been so organic.
And I-
you gotta throw one or two in there that are
Yeah.
like pretty obviously not correct.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Because like the struggling to mature thing, it's like she's released one
Yeah.
album.
yeah.
True that.
All right, number 3. It has presumably launched the seeds of hard rock genre. But all the hard rock cliches are exposed here. The interminable,
I don't know. yeah.
interminable, repetitive, and expectable guitar riffs. I don't know if any of those are words, especially repetitive. The sterile virtuosity. It seems that they take themselves too seriously.
Ooh, it's tough.
Is this A, The Doors, self-titled?
Oh.
Is this B, Black Sabbath, self-titled?
Oh my god.
Is this C, The Rolling Stones, Aftermath? Or is this D, Led Zeppelin 1?
3 self-titled albums.
3 self-titled
Let's go
albums.
ham on the self-titled
Yeah,
albums.
yeah. And, you know, so is that a hard rock cliche that this had
Well, I think
exposed
it's
here?
funny how they open up with saying they presumably launched the hard rock genre, but all the cliches are exposed, and I'm like, well, you know, you'd hope. If it's the, you know, launching the
They probably-
genre.
yeah.
And then there's a few made-up words here. The interminable, I don't know,
Don't know what that
interminable,
is.
Interminable, I think maybe repetitive, expectable.
repetitive, and
guitar riffs.
expectable. Expectable is the word that they went with there.
Expectable.
This person is writing.
Yeah.
They went with expectable guitar riffs. The sterile virtuosity. It seems that they take themselves too seriously.
Yeah, so anyone jumping out specifically?
Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin.
I'm gonna lock in Black Sabbath.
Oh
wow,
shit!
straight in, guys! Jesus Christ!
Why Sabbath?
Because they did launch the hard rock genre.
Yeah.
there
Well,
you
I
go.
mean, they called it heavy metal at the time.
Yeah,
I believe they still do. But yeah, I mean, the virtuosity isn't sterile, but it's like the riffs are repetitive. But like that's what rock music is. You
Exactly,
need
it's like such a weird criticism.
Yeah,
Oh man, I hate when they play like catchy guitar riff over and over. It's fucking frustrating.
yeah,
bastards.
irks me.
You said Led Zeppelin instantly as well.
Yeah, I just find as well, like, they're pretty, like, predictable in their recordings. Like,
Some would say expectable. I guess.
Well, yeah, I guess
don't know
you could
who would say that, but some.
Yeah, like, I just find, like, a lot of their, like, a whole lot of love, you like...
Interminable,
It's like,
yeah.
interminable.
Interminable,
whatever.
yeah.
It's so interminable.
Or, like,
Oh my
just...
God.
I'm trying to think on what's on that album, because, like, they've re-released so many...
I
like,
could not tell you
I
what's on
could
that album.
not tell you, but
I really-
I find that their music is quite predictable and quite easy to catch on to.
Interminable. Endless or apparently endless. What? Oh, right. I thought I was going to say another word.
Endless
after.
or apparently endless.
Often used hyperbolically. Is that how you say that?
Yeah.
Hyperbolically?
Hyperbolically.
Hyperbolically.
That's a
Hyperbolically.
hard word to say.
It's a big one. Yeah.
All right, so are we locking in
Yeah.
those answers?
Yep.
Rory,
One of you is correct.
Rory's going for a clean sweep here. It was Led Zeppelin with Led Zeppelin 1.
3-0.
Yeah.
Well, talking about
3
how
for 3 right now. That's crazy.
we're talking about how hard these could be, and yeah, you're 3 for
You might
3.
you might just get it.
I think
just-
I don't think anyone's done this full sweep before, so
Wow.
Yeah, that'll
maybe.
be pretty incredible.
and look,
You're doing fine too.
you do have to get 2 for 2 to tie,
That's
and
true.
also hope that Rory gets both of them wrong.
All right.
Which look, it's not impossible,
It's not
Yeah.
impossible.
but like it's it's almost impossible.
I'm not praying on a downfall. I hope she gets the full sweep.
Yeah, the full
would
sweep
be
is something you
That
want.
would that would be
I
an
hope
achievement.
you get a
I
sticker.
hope.
But you know, once Rory gets the next one wrong and you get it right, that you're going to be like, back into
Back
like
in.
the
Yeah.
aggressive.
100%.
We're so back.
We're so bad.
This next one Diego found, so I'm going to read it. Because I also don't know the answer for this. So this is a bit of like a, behind the scenes. Well, Josh doesn't know this one too.
So we have
and
a
it's a
celebrity
fucking
guest
funny
shot.
review as well.
Yeah, it's a strap in.
Reviewer says, this album is kind of like getting a burger at a pretty good joint, but another customer tells you there's no meat today, only hair. You say, fine, this place has made pretty decent burgers in the past. The cook gives you your burger, and you bite into it and it tastes and feels like eating hair. You think, well, I was warned, but I am still disappointed and uninspired that a formerly decent burger joint would make this rubbish. Then you throw up, even though the tomato and cheese and lettuce and sauce and bun were fine. Jesus Christ, all right.
Oh, so that's on there as well. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, A, is this ABBA Voyage?
Oh my god.
Is this B, Fleetwood Mac Tusk? Is this C, Santana Supernatural? Or D, Pink Floyd, A Momentary Lapse of Reason?
I'm going with
A momentary lapse of season.
A momentary lapse of
Going
meat.
on the burger, yeah. I don't want to like... I'll wait for you guys to say what you think their answers are, and then I'll see if I can predict it.
So again, I want to ask, like, how familiar are you
I'm
with...
not familiar with these.
I actually just recently listened to Tusk.
Oh, really?
I actually didn't mind it.
Okay, so it didn't.
But
taste,
I can
It didn't feel
understand-
like
I
taste.
can
Didn't
un-
feel like eating hair, did it?
No, but I can understand how people would think that because
Yeah.
like some of the songs are like in an experimental way, just sort of like they can be off-putting.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's coked
Sometimes
up.
the guitar tones are they're all hairy.
It's
Could taste like hair.
They're all hairy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're fully coked up.
You know
Yeah.
what? For that reason, I'm gonna lock in Tusk.
Wow, straight into Tusk. All right.
What about you,
I
Rory?
don't know.
You don't know. It is a
So
bit of a tough
if,
one.
if you're not too
Voyage,
familiar with
ABBA.
the albums, you've got the artists. You
Yeah.
work with ABBA. You work with
And
Fleetwood
Voyage
Mac.
is their like newest album, right?
Yes, correct. 2021 release Voyage. That I don't think anyone.
Santana,
could be that.
Supernatural. Is that like? I feel like these are all sort of albums that have come up after the artist has had like a pretty successful run of albums.
Yes, that's
The
pretty
only
much
one
the
I'm
vibe.
not. The only one I
Tastes
don't
like
really know
hair.
is Santana.
Supernatural. Supernatural was the one that had like all the features on it, like Chad Kroger, you know, like,
Rob from
Rob, yeah,
Matchbox
from
20.
Matchbox
Yeah,
20.
that one.
Dun,
Smooth.
dun,
Yeah,
dun,
yeah,
dun,
yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
With Maria, like Maria. Okay.
Yeah.
See,
that one.
there's no way it could be Santana.
No,
bro.
there's no way.
Yeah, yeah, it does.
no
But
way.
you know, maybe to this person in
He
particular,
can't listen to that and be like, "There's no meat."
it
Like,
tastes and
shut
feels
up.
like eating hair.
No,
Who
it
knows?
I want to say Voyager because I feel as if that kind of like didn't go anywhere. Like,
Yeah.
Pretty decent answer.
I was leaning on Voyage as well. Just because I think see, it's like such a big length of time between Voyage and like their older music, so I can see it as them being like, oh, we're kind of getting a burger at like a joint I've been to before in the past.
And it's been really good in the past.
But for the same reason, I think it could be Pink Floyd because it feels like the Pink Floyd one was more at the time. You know what I mean? It's like they just released because like Momentarily Lapse of Reason came out in like the 80s, right? And like
Mid-80s?
they just dropped The Wall and stuff like that at the end of the 80s, so it's like coming off the back of them
like
being
The
like
Wall,
really
Dark Side
popular.
of the Moon.
Yeah, it's like
Final no. Not
so
Final
I can see
Division
one of their
Bell.
like lesser known albums being like,
Yeah.
oh, this is just a bit hairy.
hairy.
isn't it?
Just tastes and
now I'm
so
conflicted between that.
Sorry, I
I
should have
think
said.
I'm sticking with Tusk.
he's going with Tusk. He's locking
I
Tusk.
can't. I'm not going to second guess
No,
myself.
I want to go with Pink Floyd. now.
Okay, I'll go with ABBA.
ABBA.
I'll go with ABBA. please.
Okay, so out of the three different answers, one of them is correct.
Oh, cool.
Couldn't be Santana. We knew that.
It's not Santana. It's
that's
obviously not Santana. Just, you didn't get it right.
Wow.
DB,
Wow.
you did get it right.
Wow.
it's tough.
I knew it.
Job.
Wow. I'm
So, in the running, you are back in it.
Suddenly
Back in.
straight
We're
to
so back.
We're
the,
so back.
We're so back.
3-2.
Now, it is about to be so over, or you are about to be so back. And,
Again, yeah.
So if it's tied, we have to go through some older.
Oh god.
we'll pull up an older one.
Another album that tastes like hair. I'm really good at those.
Hair tasting Give me more hair.
Hair adjacent. Yeah.
Carly,
Speaking of
welcome to
hair,
the shot.
here's a bunch of hair
Oh,
on
jeez,
legs.
to just suss out what's going on over here. Why?
I'm gonna eat the plant. Okay, so
Anyway.
last one.
Yeah.
So basically, what's gonna happen is if you get this right and Rory gets it wrong, it'll be 3-3, right? 3-3. Is that how that works?
Yeah.
The math works out. Yeah, 3 and 3, and then we'll pull up a review from an older asshole assessment we did.
Yeah.
Most likely years ago, and then we'll see how we go.
Basically,
But-
Rory just wants DB to get it wrong.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you can also get it right and go what, 4 out of 5?
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
That would be
Yeah,
pretty cool.
So
Yeah.
it's up to you. But
Yeah.
here is the final possibly review. Number 5. How the mighty have fallen.
Oh god, I hate that sentence.
Take angry, aggressive band with bleeding edge sound, mix with newfound apathy and complacency. Assimilate sound with late 80s U2 worship and modern Pro Tools power pop gobbledygook. Remove all anger and aggression. Top off with clap along chorus. Presto. Instant whale shit.
Such a funny review. Is this A, Green Day's 21st Century Breakdown?
Oh my god.
B, The Offspring, Days Go By? C, Linkin Park, Minutes to Midnight? Or D, Blink-182's Neighborhoods?
Fuck.
Oh my god, that's fucking hard.
Yeah, I picked some tough ones there, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's 2 that I'm deciding between.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, TLDR, the reviewer is mad that band made different music.
Yeah.
80s U2 worship, that's the part that gets me.
Assimilate. I like how it reads there. It's like a step by step.
Yeah,
It's like a
yeah.
recipe book.
Can you guys read out the options again, please?
So Green Day, 21st Century Breakdown, The Offspring, Days Go By, Linkin Park, Minutes to Midnight, and Blink-182, Neighborhoods.
I want to say Blink-182.
So they're all kind of albums that have come out, you
Yeah.
know, past the band's sort of, I guess,
Expiration date.
yeah,
Yeah.
their angry and aggressive era, I guess you could say.
More into modern Pro Tools power pop gobbledygook. And late 80s U2 worship.
I think that's a pretty big, like,
clap
for
along
me that
chorus.
feels like a really big clue here.
Presto.
But
Instant
it's a tough
whale
one.
shit. Yeah.
Instant whale shit. Like, why whale shit? So specific.
So specific.
What do whales do?
All right.
Fuck it. I'm gonna lock in Days Go By.
Oh, there you
All
go.
right,
The Offspring.
Okay.
I want to do Blink.
Blink.
Blink-182 with Neighborhoods. Final answers.
Any reasons specific for these? Or are we just really feeling them?
It was a process of elimination.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also,
all right.
Machine Gun Kelly is kind of somewhere in there, so
Yeah.
yeah, trying to get through that.
All right. Well, Roy, we can congratulate you as the winner.
Oh,
But no one won this last question
what was that?
because it was Linkin Park's Minutes.
What?
Oh, that was my second.
It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. It's
all right.
Next time somebody brings up modern Pro Tools power pop gobbledygook, you know they're talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
I just thought like my process of thinking was like I thought an Offspring fan would be the type of person to write that.
Yeah.
And also I listened to Days Go By when I was a kid. We got
Same.
we got the album on CD when it first
That was like
came out.
when I was like really getting into music. That was like the first Offspring album that came out.
yeah, and it was mid.
Yeah, and I was well. That's the problem, man. Like I like got into all these bands like when I was in like year 7,
Yeah.
and I was like, wow. And they're all about to release new music, and then like Green Day did the fucking what do you call it?
Oh, the Uno Dos Tre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember
yeah.
as a kid, I'm like, I don't like this. Why do they do this?
My nana got me Uno on CD because she didn't know what I listened
Oh
to.
my god, Uno. Oh my god.
And yeah, it's just funny. But now looking back, Minutes to Midnight and Neighborhoods, I do really like still.
Yeah.
But yeah, good job.
Good
Congratulations,
job.
Rory.
Congratulations, Rory.
Bragging rights,
You'll get
a
your
sticker.
A sticker. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it, a sticker only.
That's it. Sticker only.
Nice.
Fuck yeah. Stickers.
And that's
Thank you.
And that's the podcast, guys.
Thanks for coming
Thank you for
on.
having us.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for having us.
Thank
It's
you
been
so
awesome.
much.
No, it's all good.
Yeah,
well,
we
where can we
appreciate
find
it.
you on social media? That's a tough one as well, isn't it? There's 2 answers, I guess, right?
We might as well.
We may as well just do it.
Give them
Let's
the new
do it.
one. Toy Saints Band
Toy
Nice.
Saints Band.
on
Saints Band.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Sound.
Toy Saints Band on Facebook.
All right. Okay.
Toy Saints on YouTube.
All right.
Wait, are you guys called Toy Saints?
Toy Saints.
Hold on a second.
TOYSAINTS.
Correct.
Yeah.
Formerly
Yeah.
known as Elliott Road.
Formerly
The
known.
artist formerly known.
Can we quickly,
Yes.
why the name change?
Oh, there's not really an origin story. Oh my
all
god.
Rory.
Okay. It's
Kidding.
there's not really much of an origin story, so we're just going through a rebrand, and
Cool.
we've actually spoke to our manager about it, and he was like, and I think collectively we're growing out of Elliott Road, and now our new music doesn't really reflect
Yeah, you want to.
what
wow,
we
yeah.
were like.
It's like starting a new sort of thing.
Yeah, and like getting into like the new level of professionalism, and like every time he would be like, "So look at this band I'm managing," they'd be like, "Who's Elliot?" It's none of us.
Yeah, I
None
see
of
what
us
you
are
mean.
Elliot.
Gotcha, sure.
There was that type of miscommunication.
Yeah.
And I also think like like just personally, we kind of associate that name with like past music that we created.
Yeah,
So it's
that's
like,
That's cool.
just trying to like sever that attachment.
Move on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go-
that's awesome.
Check out Toy
Toy
Saints.
Saints.
Yeah.
And
That's cool,
welcome to the Sydney music scene,
and
Toy
it
Saints.
died.
And the thing's dead, so
I can't be
That's
bothered to
it.
hit record again.
That's it.
So-
we're going videoless for the outro. Thank you so much for coming
No,
on.
thank you for having me.
Welcome to
Thank
the
you.
world, Toy Saints.
No, thank you.
And we'll see you next time.
Do you,
Thank you so much.
We like to
absolutely.
end on like a wise word of wisdom. From
And then we'll play a
Ooh.
song and we'll all dance in the spot.
Yeah.
So, a wise word of wisdom from either of you, or both of you.
Oh, we're doing that. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna
Yeah.
get some advice from you guys.
No.
We've got
Already.
nothing.
We have nothing to offer.
Shrinks.
All right.
Yeah.
Rory, you start.
No, you start. I went last time.
Okay, fine.
Thank you.
Wise words of wisdom.
Yeah.
In regards to what?
Anything.
Oh, okay.
Life.
Sorry.
um,
Apologies, we can't narrow it down.
don't shit where you eat.
Yeah.
What was
Yeah.
last week's? Last week's was really
What
good.
was last week's?
I don't know. Vanessa nailed it, but whatever it was, nailed it.
So, no pressure.
I've got one.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
It's in.
Give it to us.
Okay, I might be paraphrasing.
Paraphrase.
Well, this is like okay. It takes someone other than you to make something bigger than you.
Damn.
That's a good one.
That's real. I'm gonna have to think about that one. For
I
sure.
made that up.
Oh, that's good.
Wow, original content.
That's good.
OC.
Can't wait to steal it.
I didn't know that you could steal other people. I was probably going to do like donate the Yellow Snow
Oh my god. Some Frank
I think
Zappa
we've
in
had that
there.
one before.
or like put away your Legos before you.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
I will say treat others how you would want to be treated.
Nice.
Also OC. Anyway, let's get.
Also,
Thank you to everybody for listening to this latest episode of the Plug Podcast. That would be featuring Elliott Road. Wait, no, Toy Saints. That's right. They've just rebranded, so go follow them on Instagram. I think it was at Toy Saints with an underscore, maybe. I can't remember, but you can work it out. Yeah, it was great to chat with them. Some really good plugs, some good albums, and a nice fun game of arsehole assessment. So, yeah, shout out to us as well. Go follow us on Instagram at itstheplug._. We're also on TikTok at plugtalk with a 0 and an underscore at the end. Also on YouTube if you're not already watching this on YouTube. So go subscribe if you haven't. Like the video, share the podcast, do all that stuff. And then, yeah, next week we have another wonderful guest coming on. His name is Will, otherwise known as WCB. So go do some research beforehand, check them out, go to a gig, and yeah, we'll see you next week for another wonderful episode of the podcast. Bye.